Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Buhari, still the Jibril of Sudan. Buhari, still the Jibril of Sudan. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. During the height of the rumor that the current occupant of Aso Rock, Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, had been kidnapped by a certain Jibril or Jibril from Sudan. This column pointed out that there is some logic in the nonsense being peddled in some quarters. Stories do not always have to be logical to be considered reasonable. Despite its incoherence, it occasionally reveals some deeper truth about people's situations. While no actual Jibril was impersonating Buhari, the president's Jibrilization and Sudanization demonstrated alienation, given how estranged he was from the people he purportedly rules. The theory of an impersonator replacing Buhari is plausible. Both Jibril and Sudan were foreignization metaphors for a man who was no longer recognizable. This was a man whose limited ability to solve Nigerians' problems was exaggerated during the 2015 election campaign. The image of Buhari they marketed must have overwhelmed the man himself, because when he finally won the election, he collapsed like Humpty Dumpty. He hasn't been able to put himself back together since, knowing how lackluster he would be in office. He forewarned of his impending failures by stating that old age would impair his performance. For a man who rose to power as a roarer, he hadn't even been sworn in before starting to squawk. So far, it appears that his problem was not so much his advancing years as it was his sociopathic nonchalance. The issues his handlers promised it faced with his pattern approach haven't changed much. The photo of his administration, the best describes his administration is one of him in his living room, picking his teeth. The image has been meme-filled and used to mock his distance from Nigerians. Whoever released that image of Buhari to the public lacked tact, but they also provided us with a powerful visual representation of his disconnection from the realities of the people he ostensibly governs. Buhari's few interactions with Nigerians revealed both his cold indifference to people and gross disregard for their sensibilities. As an example, in July, he stated in his hometown that he would not leave any asset to his children. It sounded hypocritical for a man whose children had been educated in private schools abroad at the expense of Nigerians and had snatched several privileges that would pay them off for multiple lifetimes. Despite lacking a personal record of achievement, one of his children, Yusuf, was turbaned Daural and appointed district head of the Kwasarawa community despite having a motorcycle accident while overextending himself. Despite all evidence of their freeloading, Buhari imagined himself as a disciplinarian father whose children foraged their way through personal responsibility. He reportedly lamented on Tuesday in Imo State that he had not received enough credit for his administrative achievement. In terms of time and resources, this administration has done extremely well, he said. I am forced to say it because those who should be saying it aren't. I am not sure why those who should be celebrating his accomplishment are quiet because they are embarrassed by his missteps. Buhari is most likely the only one who rates himself highly. They just let him be because he is happily deluded. They see him happily picking his teeth, unconcerned about Nigerians' fate, and they feed his alienation by sending him carefully selected information about the country state. Buhari's speech in Imo was typical of a man trapped in time. He still spoke as if it were 2015. He boasted about the number of local governments that were in the hands of Boko Haram when he came to power, and have since been recaptured. The man does not appear to have kept up with a new form of evil known as banditry, which has taken over the country and has even surpassed Boko Haram in malevolence. Buhari made the same old complaint about his predecessors, who reaped huge profit from oil but failed to deliver on infrastructure. His biggest boast has long been the construction of some federal roads, a bridge, and railway services that serve a few cities. So, my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about.